Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite comedy films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And with me, as always, on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world-famous juggler Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
Great. Fantasy football started, and I won this week, and my kicker got me 14 points. It's great. How are you doing, Ozzy?
You know, leave it to you to on a week where not only the Raiders win, but I have victories in all three of my fantasy leagues, and you have to just rub in the fact that your kicker got 14 points. Barf! That's disgusting. You are disgusting.
We're not doing Spaceballs.
I don't care. Bragging about how many points your kicker got sucks. Because the kicker position sucks in fantasy football. That's the only reason you're bringing it up is because you know how much I hate it.
No, also, Jake, Moody sucks as a kicker. Sorry. It hurts still as a Niner fan. It's annoying. 50% field goal kicking in the last 10 games. I could do better than that.
I don't know what to tell you. But also with us here, ladies and gentlemen, Flesh Wound Producer Todd. How you doing, Todd?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am doing well. Now, technically, we are recording this on September 8th. However, this is going to be airing on September 28th, 29th. My apologies. Where I will have completed being married. Hence why we are reviewing American Wedding today, released in 2003. Todd, do you have a trailer available?
Yes, we do.
The invitations, the wedding bands, the flowers, the cake. But you can't have a wedding without the proposal.
So, Michelle, I'm going to ask you something that I've never asked you before.
Is it kinky?
No, I'm
you
not.
don't have to be embarrassed.
Michelle? Yo, Michelle, you can't do this here. I think you need to stop. Okay, keep going. Oh my God. Michelle, seriously now, you should stop. Left.
I made it. Where's Michelle? In the washroom? You know, I was so nervous she was going to spot me. I got the ring right here. Look at the rock on this baby, Mr. Big Spender. Hope you didn't blow your wad on it, son. I wish your mother could be here right now. I'll tell you that. And I know you're excited. I mean, I can see it. Your face looks like you're ready to burst.
Yes, I am.
I just can't believe my son's going to pop the question. What was that?
What was what?
Why don't you walk me to my car?
No, Dad, I'm a Dad, please don't. Dad!
No, your penis! Your pants!
Dad, calm down, okay? I'm gonna take care of this. Everybody quiet, please! Michelle.
Hello, dear.
Dad. The ring. Michelle Annabeth Flaherty, will you marry me?
Yes.
My son.
You're cordially invited to join the family for another slice of American pie.
You really care about this wedding, huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna cry at the ceremony.
Steve is so sweet.
It's time for me to boom boom with the bridesmaids.
American Wedding.
I'm the happiest man in the world.
We should all be so happy.
That was the trailer for American Wedding, or rather, just a condensed version of the intro of the film. Was released on August 1st, 2003, rated R, with rated R runtime, theatrical being 96 minutes, with the unrated version, which we are reviewing today, having a runtime of 103. Written by Adam Hers and directed by Jesse Dillon, also who had directed How High, Method Man and Red Man. This was starring Jason Biggs, Alyson Hannigan, Sean William Scott, of course, featuring Eugene Levy, among others. Initial thoughts on this? Actually, before we get started with initial thoughts, because I had something that happened to me earlier last week that kind of felt in tune with this film. I was delivering some promotional materials to somebody's car, and they said, "Hold on." It was an older lady, and it must have been her daughter. I'm not too sure. So I got this box. I'm holding it, and then they opened the back seat, and I don't know how. Supernatural forces, maybe. As soon as they opened the seat, there was a box that was on like so in their back seat they had the little thing that comes down for like cup holders, whatever. So they had a box on top of that. For some reason, as soon as they opened the door, that box fell over, and a large number of dildos fell out of that box, spread all over the back seat, and they reacted to it. I didn't ask any questions. I just turned my head and looked at the hedge until they had everything cleaned up a couple minutes later, and I put the box in, and that was it. We never said a word of anything. And I just felt it appropriate that we were reviewing this movie because it would fit right in. Initial thoughts on this. I remember seeing this in the theater, seeing it multiple times, actually, 2 or 3, just because I really enjoyed the stupidity of the Stifler character, but also the dynamic in this film where Stifler and Finch basically swap roles. That's always entertaining to see. So in this particular case, it was extra entertaining when I first saw it, and even more so even to this day. So how about initial thoughts for you guys?
So I am very grateful. The difficulty with any of these types of movies is when you've heard the joke, sometimes it's like, it's hard to watch it again shortly after, because you're like, you see what's going to happen already. You know, it's the punchline's coming. It's been long enough for me that I forgot half of what's happened in this film. So I was really excited to get to watch this again, and especially after watching the last two and reviewing them on here, they kind of returned to form, and I was man, every bit of this film I've enjoyed, and I've actually learned a few things, and one of the things was very unfortunate because the scene in which Stifler has his dance number, that green and black shirt, I had that shirt, like, and I don't know how to feel about it.
That's funny.
Yeah, hot
Todd?
topic.
Yeah, this is one I saw when it came out. Great then, still a fun time. I mean, it's revisiting characters you've gotten to know. Yeah.
And then just a note, this film did miss Chris Klein, Tara Reid, Mina Suvari, Natasha Lyonne. This is the only one of the series where these ones were not mentioned. Chris Klein had
Do we
told
really miss him though?
Well, I mean, miss as in the term
know what
of
you said.
you missed them, right? I don't know what this was supposed to mean anyway, but it was an interview in HuffPost where Chris Klein had stated that they weren't even factored in for the movie, so it's not like they declined to join; they just weren't factored in. This is what factored in means,
Like Stifler in a wedding.
But this has a lot of favorite moments. A few weeks ago, we reviewed Dukes of Hazzard, and I explained that for some reason, like Sean William Scott knows how to make that comedic, angry face, or just like he knows how to manipulate his face to make it look extra goofy, and there is a just a little bit of curiosity that he's a lot older now than what he was when he made this 20 years ago. But I just want to see what he would be like as the Joker. Imagine just Stifler as so you have like the raunchy, you know what I mean? Like almost like how Jared Leto kind of had his sense of humor with Joker. It'd be interesting to see that, and if it was just it could be like an updated Cesar Romero version almost, where if you were going completely campy, that could work as a Joker. I think it was just in my mind. He also, it'd be interesting to see him with the face paint too, because he's kind of got that kind of grin that can be kind of creepy, whatnot. But this had a lot of favorite moments in it. Like I mentioned, anytime to see Finch try to be like the asshole character, like a Stifler, and Stifler trying to be like a Finch character, it was especially seeing Stifler behind, I remember specifically in the theater laughing my ass off when he's behind what's her face's mom, just like making all sorts of gestures and motions and whatnot. Just laughed my ass off, but I can't pinpoint any particular point. Yes, I can. It's actually written right here. It's at towards the end where Stifler turns to Finch and says, "Man, I hate not hating you." And slowly, Finch turns to him and says, "I did screw your mom twice." That's where I like lost all my breath out of my lungs, even to this day. How about you guys? Whoever wants to go
Well,
first.
I'll go ahead and bring one up, but also I found I sorry I didn't have it ready earlier, but I did find proof that I did own that shirt. So there you go, Ozzy. So yeah. Anyway, although that's really funny thinking of a Stifler shirt. That was a Jewish celebration day, so I don't think they would appreciated half of Stifler's jokes. Anyway, so at least not at that festival. There's a lot of great moments in this film, and I think that the opening really was a wonderful return to form of the first movie. Um, yeah, man, I'm just not sure which one. I want to say there's a moment where they're having a what's the way to say this, an awkward moment with some dogs, and everyone's like watching, and it goes, and Stifler's like, "This dog's great. Is it weird that it feels good?" Unabashed, doesn't care, says what he's thinking. Classic Stifler.
Ooh, there's so much good stuff. I mean, and you referenced one of the bits earlier. Um, there's one line in particular that I just love the way they did it, but and if we go a second round, I'll bring it up. But I gotta go with when Stifler eats shit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and then when they're talking about the chocolate, he's like, maybe it's German.
Which, by the way, in the theatrical version, that clip is, I think, a third of
Mm.
what was entirely shown in the unrated version. It's a lot extended, and I think the detail that you mentioned about the and in fact, scenes of the bachelor party, when they were filming this, they knew that there was going to be footage that was not going to make it in because the original initially got an NC-17 rating and they
Right.
needed to cut some stuff out. So they initially planned just to film some scenes that would be for the DVD. And some of those bachelor scenes were so funny that ended up making it in the theatrical. Wasn't initially in the script, and everything about it was hilarious. I think we should go a second round here because I was thinking about it. And Todd, you had just mentioned if we go a second round. So this one, not really a blatant, like crude kind of humor. It's when Finch is standing on the toilet trying to listen to the air vent, and there's somebody else who comes in to use the urinal, and he turns to him and he just holds his finger to his mouth, indicating to be quiet. The timing of it and just everything about it was hilarious. So for a round two, second go round, what would you guys say?
Ooh, there's so many great moments in this film. I will have to say this wasn't necessarily the funniest moment, but I appreciated it so much. The moment where there's the maid and the cop who offered a kiss, and they're all like, "No, we're good." As a callback to the second film, I really appreciated that. I thought that was a great touch.
None of this you go, we go stuff.
Mine's actually my other one's actually a callback to the other two films. Actually, a little more obvious, but when Kevin goes for the "here's to the next step" toast, and they just shut him down, like, no, we're not doing it. Knock that shit out. Yeah, so I like that moment.
So now going into criticisms, I went first for the favorite moment, so I'll go ahead and start with the criticism. Um, I don't have one. I mean, this movie's pacing was fairly quick, and it had I mean, it was already a comedy, but you had Stifler as sort of like that complete crude comedic relief. Like, I mean, he tells the capital of Thailand joke in the movie, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
And which every time gets me because it's coming. It's just
Uh-huh.
hilarious. But I have a hard time trying to pinpoint something just because the story works and
Right.
it's very clean in terms that there's nothing wasted. Even in the unrated version, it didn't feel like if a scene was going on a little long, it was because it was funny as hell.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's hard to find something in this film and say I could have done without that. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. The only thing that, like, if I had to nitpick, uh, the amount of money that it seems like all these people have at this point in time, when Stifler has the duster in his face, and he's like goes to drink the beer and give the thumbs up, which is a great moment and great scene. It looks like he's drinking a Budweiser, and I'm like, you guys would drink better beer, I think, but maybe Stifler wouldn't. But if I'm to critique anything, and there's nothing bad about this movie.
Mine is Stifler's approaching the point of parody in this one.
Mhm.
He doesn't go all the way, but it feels more, and that's probably because he's getting older too. But it doesn't feel as natural as the other two.
Mm.
And
I
I
see,
don't
like,
remember if I feel like that in the next one though. I'm curious. I probably only seen that one maybe once or twice at this point.
I don't even remember if I even saw American Dream.
I know I saw it. I just can't remember anything about it. I do remember. I think it's all the characters are back.
That is correct.
All right. But I have a feeling
and Blink 182 returns to the soundtrack, which in this, I think this was the only one of the franchise that did not feature a Blink 182 song.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're definitely taking a point away for
that. However, they did use a flower shop in Orange, California as a setting location. So I think that makes up because I think Blink 82 is from Orange County. So there you go. All right. So getting into the ratings here, I enjoyed it through and through. I enjoy it every time, and I'll continue to in this rotation. So it's a 5 from me. Yes, it does seem a bit of a parody of the character that he was portraying in the last two, but for me, it kind of was okay, I guess. Because it kind of worked in every. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I know because I like the character, I overlook it, but I just noticed it more this time.
Right,
Although,
and that's a total valid point. Yeah, Greg.
I do wonder because when you reach a certain age, maybe that is that awkward stage where he's like, I'm still kind of being this guy, so but he really is trying to grow up a little bit, or like his body's like kind of, so it's hard to like create this fakeness of you as you've grown up and you're like, I really can't be this guy anymore, so maybe it's an aging thing for him. So
I do feel like it's called for him to be there because for him to find out that Jim's getting married and that he gets to throw a bachelor party, that is the one thing that you would want to see his character after the last two movies get to be able to, experience or plan. And then, of course, everything that happens there is hilarious.
Right.
So, yeah, we said all our criticisms, yeah?
Yeah. You had your rating.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I did give it a 5.
Yeah.
So you guys can go next. Who wants to go first?
Todd?
I'm not quite a 5. I am a 4.5. I do feel like I like the other two better, but it's still a good time. And if you like these characters, love these characters, you're going to continue to have a good time.
Greg?
So I got a bit of a thing for this. When watching this, it really kind of hit me in a lot of ways. So I wrote a little bit for this because this movie, it is marriage. Shit's gonna go wrong at times. It's never gonna be perfect. Some is out of your hands and some is not. It won't matter though, as long as you're with someone you care about. And I think that's a lot of what this film is. You'll get through it. It's kind of gay at times, but that's what's needed to see a monkey use tools for the first time.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right. It's quoting from the film. So if anyone, yeah. Anyway, to my wonderful wife, Jacqueline, I do want to say thank you for confirming love is not just a feeling like this movie says. It's something you do. We've always been by each other's side, and we've always supported each other's journey. I love her, and I thank her for always being there with all of our adventures. One thing about marriage is that your friends will always be there, but one of your newest, closest friends will now be able to pull the plug if you're ever in a coma. So this movie is a great encapsulation of marriage, and I give this a 5 out of 5.
All
Right. So 2 5s and a 4.5. Very good. If you have liked the others, chances are you've already seen this. But even if it's been a while since you've last seen it, go ahead, give it another shot. It's unfortunately not available to stream, it appears, anywhere at this time. However, it is available to rent or purchase. Actually, it looks like it is available on Prime to stream for free at the moment if you have a Prime Video subscription. So feel free to check that out. And this week, as mentioned, will be some festive activities. So I will not be hosting trivia this week. This Tuesday and this Wednesday, I will be returning the following week, which will be October 7th and 8th. That Tuesday and Wednesday to Lake Forest and Placentia, respectively. However, some other news and notes this Friday, October 3rd, Todd, if we can throw up the poster here, we do have 3PWA presents Home Turf, where we will have a rematch between the American Punk and Vito Fratelli for the 3PWA Heavyweight Championship. You can see me there. I will be providing my ring announcing services for the evening, and this will be the first event at the 3PWA Arena in Corona, California. Get your tickets if you have not done so already and come and say hi and, of course, have a great time. This will be the first 3PWA event on a Friday night. So come enjoy some Friday night fights in Corona, and we will see you there. Also, following, if you can't get enough wrestling, you want some more wrestling, you want some deathmatch wrestling, on Saturday, October 11th, there will be Last Tournament on the Left, an 8-man horror-themed deathmatch tournament. Again, Saturday, October 11th, this one will actually be in Hawaiian Gardens at the Metroflex Gym. You can get your tickets. We do have a QR code up here. And if
or you can visit... I was going to say you can visit the all-new fleshwoundfeatures.com and get tickets right there.
You can visit the all-new fleshwoundfeatures.com and get your tickets there. And, of course, I'll be providing my ring announcing duties as well. Todd's going to be there. We also have our own Pugs Dread on color commentary. And the voice of violence, Kyle Wilde, will be in attendance. So come and say hi.
I was saying, who else is going to be there?
Oh, you are going to be there, Todd.
Who else?
I don't want to...
Who else is going to be there?
The same individual who refers to a beanie as a winter cap.
There we go. I'll take it. And of course, our very own Michael Kruger is in the tournament.
So you definitely got to check this out if you're a fan of the style. And if you've always been curious about going to one of these shows, I highly recommend it. And do you gentlemen have anything else before we head out for the evening?
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, world famous juggler Greg Larson, Flesh Wound producer Todd. I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next week right here on a brand new episode of Flesh Wound. Wait a second. I am incorrect. Next week, we will not have a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce. It is the return of Flesh Wound Fist. We will be reviewing the classic film Aliens. It is a good time. Check it out. So we'll see you next week. And, of course, in a couple weeks on a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Farce.